I sincerely apologize for having all my reviews up so late, since I usually have them on Friday or Saturday. It's because I've been busy with the school play, but the play is now over, so now expect more reviews to be put up on Friday and early Saturday like usual. And for a bonus, I will review 2 more movies that came out this week for you, since you guys are being so patient. Now, let the review begin. Now, Kingsman: The Secret Service stars Colin Firth, Michael Caine, and Samuel L. Jackson, and is directed by Matthew "I Will Never Do a Sequel" Vaughn. And is focused on a teenager named Gary, and he's a troublemaker. And so Colin Firth discovers him and tells him to try out for the secret service called Kingsman, which contains people such as Colin Firth, Michael Caine, and Mark Strong. And so they have him and about 8 other kids who are going to try out to be a full Kingsman, and the last one standing will become a Kingsman. And while that's going on, Colin Firth, Mark Strong, and Michael Caine are having to deal with this huge villain named Mr. Valentine, who is played by Samuel L. Jackson, who is trying to destroy all humanity. Now, when I first saw the trailer for this movie, I really didn't think it was going to be that entertaining. I mean, first of all, it's February, and second, it just looked like some dumb, cliched action spy that will not have that much action, may have a couple funny scenes. But I will just go out and say, I fucking loved this movie. Now, what about it works? Well, the acting for sure helped in this movie. Colin Firth, I thought, was absolutely badass in this movie. I cannot believe it. I'm not the biggest Colin Firth fan in the world. He's good and all, but I really did not expect much from him, especially from what I got from him. Like, Jesus. He was probably my favorite part of the whole movie. He was such a badass, and to think that Colin Firth could be beating the shit out of people and making you jump out of your seat in excitement, really never thought that could happen. Samuel L. Jackson plays the villain of this movie, and oh my god, is he hilarious. His character has a lisp, like he always just talks like this, and it's one of the funniest things about this movie. And I loved Samuel L. Jackson in this movie. And the other supporting cast, such as Mark Strong, I thought was very, very good in this movie. He actually was a good guy for once. Michael Caine, I thought, was freaking awesome in this movie as well. Well, I love Michael Caine with anything you put him in. And Mark Hamill was actually in this movie for a few seconds. Yeah, we get to see a little bit of Mark Hamill before he stars in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. God, I'm so excited. And the lead boy, I hate myself for forgetting his name, but he actually did very, very good in this movie. He was definitely a fun character to follow as well. Now, one of the biggest things that surprised me in this movie was the action. This was a very, very badass movie. Not one action scene did I ever get bored of. I was having such a good time, especially this one scene where Colin Firth is literally tearing the house down and Freebird is playing in the background. Oh my god, the most entertaining scene that I've seen all year. And this movie is really, really funny. I really did not expect much humor, and also I didn't expect this to have an R rating, but definitely this movie is a hardcore R rating. And I think they said the F word probably over 100 times. And I'll give you a reason why I was surprised. At first, I didn't know this was directed by Matthew Vaughn. When I realized it was directed by Matthew Vaughn, the director of Kick-Ass, I had a feeling that they could have a lot more potential. And when I saw it was given an R rating, I'm just like, okay, now I'm definitely excited for this movie. Just thank God while I having to deal with the first few months of misery that we get a very, very awesome movie like this. As for flaws, I really don't have much. There were a couple scenes that I thought dragged a little bit too long. There were some that I thought could have been a lot more thought of better, because there were some that I thought were a little bit cliche that I kind of assumed was going to happen, but it did not really affect it at all, because overall, The Kingsman: Secret Service is an absolutely amazing movie. This is the first time I've said this all year. You better see this movie right now. If you have a time to go see it, go to your movie theater that's closest to you and watch this movie, because you will have an absolute blast. I loved Kingsman: The Secret Service, and I'm very shocked that I said that. I will be giving Kingsman: The Secret Service an A. It was an awesome movie, just had a couple of teeny tiny problems, but did not really affect it at all. I had such a blast with this movie, and it's definitely my favorite movie of 2015 so far, and definitely will be for a very long time. That is my review of Kingsman: The Secret Service, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm Lucas Stringer. I'll see you guys later with my next reviews of the last 5 years and 50 Shades of Grey.